Hello everyone, here we have patch notes alpha 4.3.2. This was an avocado build, but last night it went to all waves on a public PTU. I'm not reading everything, I'm just interested in this structural salvage update. Structural salvage has undergone major changes to prep for future systems. This will affect all salvage mechanics for all ships and will increase complexity, adjust salvaging times and materials collected, and add refining as part of the flow of materials. Yeah, you heard it right, now you have to refine your salvage material. Of course, Star Citizen doesn't have enough time sinks yet, so let's put in more time sinks. Yeah. Ship identity and role definitions. Each salvage ship now has a distinct identity and specialized role. Reclaimer, quantity over quality. Fastest structural salvage processing designed for large-scale operations. Vulture, the lone wolf, balanced middle ground ship, serves as reference point for all other ships. Okay, what about Miss Fortune? Technical changes, field generation system. Increased range, fields have been increased up to 60 meters from where they were before. Ship-specific fields, each ship now generates differently sized fields matching their visual design. Repositioned sweet spots, alignment sweet spots moved from dead center to ship-appropriate positions. Fracture time rebalancing, 5 times speed differential, massive performance gap between fastest and slowest ship. Speed rankings, fastest to slowest, Reclaimer, fastest, Vulture, reference baseline. Conversion rate system, SU per cubic meter optimization varies by ship. Current life rankings, Reclaimer, best available. Field alignment, sweet spot overhaul, massive multiplier buffs. Reclaimer, 7 times speed multiplier when properly aligned. Additional yield multipliers also improved for aligned positioning. I guess salvaging was not gamey enough, now we have to perfectly align our ships. Visibility and mechanics. Sweet spot display plus minus percentage on debris pieces. Easiest to have tractor beam ships, but possible through flight positioning. Yeah, totally gamey, now you have to perfectly position your ship. You have to look for a percentage, and only if you have highest percentage you get the most yield. I swear, Star Citizen devs never played any other game in their life. Material system variances, raw material types. All structural salvage now produce raw materials requiring refinery processing. Powder, highest density, lowest yield after refining, fastest refinery processing time. Scraps, medium density, medium yield and processing time. Chunks, lowest density, highest yield after refining, longest refinery processing time. Refinery integration. All refinery decks can process these materials. Same end product, all materials refined into construction material. Workflow, raw materials, station inventory via freight elevator, refinery processing. Time design, small ships get quick turnaround, large ships have extended processing but higher profits. And some notes about implications, economy, future integrations, etc. My issue with this, Star Citizen has so many problems, even in year 13. Star Citizen is still missing basics, core mechanics, has almost no physics. Most gameplay is boring and tedious. But here we have little Chris playing with his salvaging. We are not talking about artists working on this, that is a core mechanic. Instead of working on improving salvaging, they could have worked on more urgent things, like database, like long-term persistence, like elevators, like ship elevators, like server meshing, like flight model. Anything else. But no, let's make salvaging worse. And I would like to point out this again. All structural salvage now produces raw materials requiring refinery processing. Is there any problem with this? Let's see. Reclaimer. Reclaimer still cannot dock at a space station. Reclaimer still doesn't get any hangar assigned at a space station because she is too big. And even if you could land a Reclaimer at the space station, who wants to move 8 SU containers one by one via her main elevator? Not to mention that her doors are not very wide, so it is not an easy process. So how are you supposed to deliver your raw salvage materials when you are in a Reclaimer? I guess you have to land in the cities and you have to move those 8 SU boxes one by one via elevator? Then you have to put them onto your freight elevator in your home location. Then you have to get another ship that can actually land at a space station and move those containers into the other ship. Then you can fly to a space station, put those containers onto the freight elevator in a space station, and then you can process your salvage materials. Are you for real? I also would like to point out this is CRG's official Reclaimer sales page. Currently, Reclaimer is not available, but Reclaimer is sold at every huge event several times a year. For only $400 plus tax.
I'll take 5.
I know.
Let's see what CRG writes in the official Reclaimer page. Has a significant cargo hold space alongside an onboard processor capable of refining and storing up to a constellation worth of raw scrap. This is CRG's current Reclaimer sales page. This is not something CRG wrote many years ago. Tell us, Chris, where is Reclaimer's onboard refining? I never understood CRG's idea that salvage materials comes in containers 1, 2, 4 or 8 SU, and we have to move those containers one by one inside the Reclaimer. Not to mention there is a lot of wasted space. A salvage ship like a Reclaimer should have conveyor belts inside and an automated compactor. If you want to, you can add an onboard refinery, of course. And if you want to sell your salvage material, you can just dump it. There's even a hatch at the rear. But no, many hundred years into the future, we have to move containers one by one. Every garbage truck has an automated compactor in the rear. So once again, instead of making the game better, CRG is making the game way worse. In 2023, CRG showed us 2 promo videos where we saw the claw in action. Then 6 months later, we got Reclaimer Salvage in the game, and it's just another beam. Once again, CRG showed us faked promo videos, but what we actually got is the lowest possible effort.
Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. Tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies.
I don't want this to fail. Star Citizen has so much potential to become a fantastic game. But Chris and CRG have no idea how to make fun and interesting gameplay. Instead, we get time sinks on top of time sinks on top of time sinks. Sometimes I think this is intentional because Star Citizen Year 13 still has very little interesting content. So instead, let's put lots of time sinks on top of time sinks so players feel engaged. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. I mean, even...
Attention. I have...
Okay, you wouldn't believe what just happened. I heard attention. Did I get a crime? I got a crime stat for this. Okay. Okay, we didn't take any damage. Or maybe font is a little bit red. I didn't even have shields on.
Not because our physics code is terrible, in fact, it's great.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.